Tonight in Las Vegas, such a meeting between Julio Cesar Chavez and Meldrick Taylor. Both are 140-pound champions. Chavez, WBC super lightweight titleist, is regarded by many as the best fighter in the world. Taylor reigns as the IBF's junior welterweight champ and is seen as one of boxing's most exciting competitors. Neither man has ever suffered a ring defeat. Chavez, who has won at least 66 consecutive professional fights, has the longest win streak of any active fighter. Add Taylor's 24 victories and 1 draw, and these two warriors are undefeated in 91 bouts. And under pressure, both have risen to the occasion. If you've just joined us, you're in the middle of the 9th round of a classic performance by a young fighter on the threshold of greatness. Meldrick Taylor, coming into this bout an underdog against the unbeaten Julio Cesar Chavez, has completely dominated Chavez with hand speed and vicious infighting. Taylor may well have won every round.
Envelope, please.
Larry, I've got it 90-81, 9 rounds to nothing in favor of Meldrick Taylor. In rounds 5, 7, and 9, Meldrick stood on the inside and just outfought Chavez at his own game. And in the 8th round, he backed him up. I mean, I think it's all Meldrick Taylor. I think Julio has lost a lot of the snap to his punches.
Trading punches inside, and Chavez again seems to wobble slightly as Taylor lands at will. Brilliant stuff from Meldrick Taylor. Chavez on the verge of going down. Now he smiles as he slips a punch. Taylor beginning to look more the worse for wear than the action of the bout would have led you to believe, though. Blood again from the mouth and the nostrils. Both eyes beginning to close. Chavez is coming on.
Watch the legs of Taylor. They don't seem to be too steady here.
Chavez finally seizing the initiative for the first time. And for the first time, there's a mild air of danger from Meldrick Taylor.
The combinations by both men. Meldrick Taylor, incredible.
It doesn't get a whole lot better than that, guys. Angelo Dundee, the famous trainer, is here. He said to me earlier today that Chavez is the toughest fighter he has ever seen, bar none. And you can see just how tough he is if after those first 9 rounds he can come back at Taylor like this.
Back off this guy too much because you get hit, you understand? Huh? You all right? Take a deep breath, man.
This is that exchange earlier in the round. What's going to be interesting in this next 2 rounds is to see how Taylor handles this, because this is the toughest fight he's ever been in. Whether there's fatigue, whether he can stand up to this great champion who is just not going to give up.
It's impossible to conceive that Chavez is in any way disillusioned about the necessity of a knockout. He's got to knock Taylor out to win this fight. It has been 78 years since a fighter began his professional boxing career with as many or more consecutive wins than Julio Cesar Chavez. If you're a fight fan, get ready for 3 minutes of high drama now as a desperate and determined Julio Cesar Chavez tries to take out a fading and battered Meldrick Taylor, who has completely dominated him through most of the fight. Both of Taylor's eyes are closing. The blood continues to flow from his nose and his mouth, but if he stands up, he wins.
Meldrick Taylor said before the fight, he'll take me to a higher place.
He's there right now. He's there right now, Larry. No question about it. Well said. That is a tired Meldrick Taylor slipping to the canvas. 2 minutes to go.
If he gets up, he probably wins the fight. I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. Richard Steele stopped the fight with fewer than 5 seconds to go. You're going to watch Lou Duva go crazy now. You're going to watch Lou Duva go absolutely berserk. This is one of the most unusual calls by a referee in the whole history of the sport.
5 seconds left. I cannot believe they stopped that fight. From the point of view of Chavez, it is one of the most dramatic comebacks in the history of the sport.
Larry, the official time will be 2:58 of the 12th round. He knocked him out with 2 seconds left. Here's another look.
It was a solid right hand thrown by Chavez, his desperation punch, if you will, because throughout the whole fight, Meldrick Taylor fought an impressive fight. The left hook set him up for the right hand, and Meldrick trying to hold himself up, get hit by a solid right hand, and goes to the canvas.
He couldn't answer Steele when Steele asked him if he was okay. Is that what's critical, Harold?
That's the point. Meldrick Taylor did not respond, and that's very, very obvious. And when you're the referee, if the guy doesn't respond, you have no choice but to stop the fight because Meldrick Taylor could have been very, very seriously hurt. Therefore, Richard Steele made the right call without question.
That is Steele's criterion here.
Exactly.
If you see it again, Taylor looked at him but didn't say a word and then looked away.
Right. He didn't respond to Steele's question when Steele said, "Are you all right?" There's no doubt that Richard did the right thing. The man could have been seriously hurt. It's a shame that it had to happen, but I agree 100% with the referee in this case.
All right, I think Larry Merchant may be ready to talk to Richard Steele. They're standing in front of a camera. Let's go, Larry, with Richard Steele.
All right, I'm with Richard Steele, the referee. Richard, you described the end of the fight and why you stopped it.
Well, Larry, I stopped it because, you know, Meldrick had took a lot of good shots, a lot of hard shots, and it was time for it to stop. I didn't, you know, I'm not the timekeeper. I don't care about the time. When I see a man that has enough, I'm stopping the fight.
Did you ask him a question? Did you ask him what his name was, where he was? Anything to find out whether he could have gone on, which turned out to be another 2 seconds in the fight?
No, I didn't ask him a question. I asked him, was he all right? And I didn't hear him say a thing, but I was looking at his condition mainly. That's what I was interested in.
Given the stakes of the fight, given the tide of the fight, should you have looked back and seen where Chavez was? Should you have given this man in a fight this big a chance to survive?
There's no fight worth a man's life. I don't care what it is or how many I do. When I get tired of seeing a guy getting pound, and I think he had enough, I'm going to stop him.
And there's a look at Chavez, and Larry Merchant is with him.
All right, Julio, give us your idea of what happened at the end of the fight.
Darles la idea que tú tienes de la pelea, de la última parte de la pelea. Lo que piensas tú.
Bueno, realmente me sentí cansado, la verdad, sinceramente.
He felt really tired. I felt very, very tired, to be real.
Mi pelea, Meldrick Taylor es un gran peleador.
Meldrick's a great fighter.